All right, how's it going, guys? Today I'm going to give you a breakdown of our Black Friday for 2022 with the 3 or 4 clients that we took through and had wildly successful and profitable campaigns. So I was just running some numbers just before doing this video. This is going to be a very casual video, by the way, but I'm going to try and give you a step-by-step as to how we did it and how you can use it for just about any sale or promotional period. Might not work as well as Black Friday for the general online spending behaviors at that time, but you can definitely replicate it for your own brand for both service-based and product-based. So anyway, running numbers this morning, which was awesome. Our average client did just a bit over 30K in the 4 days from the Black Friday, 25th November to the following Monday, to Cyber Monday. So that was excellent. I'm really happy with that, and all inclusive of what we're charging them and their ad spend. They were wildly profitable, with the average return on investment being over 10, which is phenomenal. That doesn't usually happen. So how did we do it? Let me have a sip of coffee first, because I am lacking in the caffeine department. I don't know if you guys can see this thing over here, and it's kind of glary. It's because I've cracked my screen right in front of the camera lens, so it looks like I'll be investing in a camera screen or a new camera. Can't even think, any more caffeine screen very soon. So anyway, where we started with all of our clients with Black Friday, as we've done for the past few years, is we always start with building an email list. Right? You might have heard of this before if you guys follow me on Instagram. I do post a lot of tips on my Instagram stories and on my TikTok. You can just search for my name, Revel Lachlan, and hopefully I come up. And the email list is designed to acquire as many email addresses and sometimes phone numbers as well to send out SMS blasts about their Black Friday sales. The goal is to acquire as many email addresses as possible under the right context, right? So we would usually start our list building campaigns about 4 weeks out from Black Friday. So at the very latest, the 25th of October. Which gives us pretty well 30 days until the 25th of November. And the ads themselves, we use a lead form objective. So if you don't know what a lead form objective is, on Facebook, it's the one where you click on the ad and it drops down a form, which is still on Facebook. We're asking for their name and their email address, sometimes their phone numbers. Email address is fine if you don't have the software or don't want to use the software to send SMS blasts. And the context is, hey, sign up to be the first to receive our biggest promotional sale or our Black Friday discounts of the year. So it's the biggest sale, and it has to be the biggest sale you ever do. If you're a brand where you've constantly used discounts and promotions in paid ads all year long, you will find that this will give you a little lift, but you really want to be quite authentic with the fact that, and think long-term, 2, 3, 4, 5 years in the future, where you can bank on the fact that Black Friday, those 4 days, and sometimes a week thereafter, is going to be, some of your biggest influx of cash, as it has been our clients and even some of our brands as well. So 4 weeks out, the context is the fact that you give us your email address and you'll be the first to know about our Black Friday sales. And then leading up to, this is where it was really exciting this year and a little bit last year. The reason it was really exciting is because we had every single one of our clients was profiting from the list building campaign, which doesn't make sense initially, but it was how we built out the emails that they were being sent on the back end. So the first email would just be a confirmation, hey, thanks for signing up. Love to have you here. Feel free to go and have a window shop at some of our products or this particular service, right? That was it. The first email was confirmation, you're going to be the first to receive our Black Friday sale promotions on this date, and we're really pushing the date, so we kept reminding people that this is when it was coming up. And then we invited them to go window shopping on the actual store itself. Now, that first email probably yielded, I would say, about 20 to 30% of the sales leading up to Black Friday, but not all of them. It was the second email. So the second email that we sent out, which was on average 3 days later after the first email, was just a bit of a brief, some of the reviews of some that our clients had received, some of the testimonials, some testimonial videos where possible. And then we would encourage them to, yes, go window shopping, but start to add some of these things to their cart. That was the difference. that's where all of our clients made a considerable amount of money, to the point where one of our client accounts that I was looking at this morning probably spent about $1,200 Australian dollars building the email list, in which we accumulated, I would say, just shy of 800 emails, which was really, really good. Quite happy with that. We try and keep the cost per email under $2 to $2.50. We can stretch it up to $3.50, even $4. Depends on the price of the product. But, we just know that we're going to yield such a high volume of sales and revenue in those 4 days that we can afford to pay up a little bit higher. But ideally, $1.50 to probably $2.50 max is where you'd want to try and keep it. And so, we spent on this particular client $1,200. And before we'd even started Black Friday, they yielded just shy of $9,000 before even starting the sale period, which is phenomenal. So they were well in the green. They were well profitable before we even, launched the Black Friday. And then just to give you some more ideas around the email, we probably sent on average max of 5 emails from when they signed up in 3-day increments. And it was just keep staying front of mind. It was like, hey, as I mentioned, the first one, intro, go window shopping. Second one, testimonial reviews, go window shopping. Hey, add some products to the cart. The third one was a breakdown on some of our clients' best products, and kind of putting it in a catalog format in the actual email, so they don't necessarily have to go window shopping on the store. We can put those in front of them. We're using Klaviyo, by the way, really, really handy, fantastic. I wouldn't recommend anything else for if you're going really hard on this particular strategy. And then the fourth and fifth emails were kind of a countdown. It was like, hey, it's 5 days out, or hey, it drops tomorrow. It was quite simple thereafter. And then we had quite a considerable build out of email campaigns for the 4 days. So these are the time slots. You might want to write this one down. These are the time intervals that we sent out emails. We sent out an email at 6 a.m. in the recipient's time zone, which you can do on Klaviyo. We sent one at 6. We sent one at midday, because lunchtime, and this was on Friday, so people are most likely going to be working. So at midday, so we could get that lunchtime crowd, at 6 p.m. that evening, and then at 9 p.m. that evening. So 4 emails in the one day. Now, the first bit of resistance that a lot of our clients had with this email marketing strategy over the 4 days was, aren't I going to be spamming people? Aren't I going to piss people off? I get it. I really do. As long as you make it really clear that, hey, here's this unsubscribe link if you don't want to hear from me ever again, and we didn't have any issues. The worst thing that's going to happen is people unsubscribe. That's fine. Just means I didn't want the deal anyway, which is, I know it's strange, but whatever. And in that first day, again, on average, one client did about 13K, which is fantastic. One client did just shy of 10. Another one did 15, which was fantastic. Big Friday. So that was the biggest day, was the Friday, which was interesting because usually the Sunday or the Monday is some of the bigger grossing days, because the general urgency of the sale is going to end at 11:59 p.m. on the Monday. The Cyber Monday drives a lot of sales really quickly. So that was fun. That was a welcome change. And so the Saturday, in terms of scheduling emails, it was not 6 a.m., but 9 a.m., about 3 p.m., and then from memory, about 9 p.m. again. So 9 a.m., 3 p.m., 9 p.m. on the Saturday. So 3 emails go out on the Saturday. Really just, again, putting it back in front of them. Don't miss out. We are reusing some testimonials or reviews that we've got from clients. We are putting in some unique selling points of the product, of the service, and just really rejigging it up. We are at times sending the same email of the body of content, but we are utilizing a different subject line. And the reasoning behind that is because depending on the subject line and the body of content, you can either land in someone's inbox or in someone's spam box. I'm just actually collating the figures as to our open rate with the emails as well, but it's kind of rendered useless because, we generated so many sales, so everyone's very, very happy. But anyway, I'll come back with that at a later date. And so the Sunday had a similar strategy to Saturday in terms of emails that went out. It was 9 a.m. on the Sunday. It was 3 p.m., 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. Generally speaking, statistically speaking, a lot of people stay up quite late on the Sunday, so we wanted to catch that evening crowd. Similar kind of content of the emails again. We did duplicate a couple of them, different subject lines in order to try and land into more inboxes. But we're driving the general urgency at that point. Now, this is where it gets interesting because our offer got a little bit more exciting. Is, for one particular client, we're offering 10% off the Friday and the Saturday, and then we'd exclude everyone who purchased, and then we would offer 15%. So we upped it by 5% on the Sunday and the Monday, excluding everyone who purchased. And that's just to push those people off who are just kind of on the fence about purchasing. It might just be that little bit more. It wasn't a huge day. I think, with this particular client, we did just shy of about 6K. But I would dare say that 15% is responsible for a good amount of that. So that was really cool. And then on the last day, the Monday, which was yesterday, today's Tuesday. Yesterday, there was like 4 or 5 emails that went out, and it's just hammering people's inboxes. The general consensus is people are so busy, and I would dare say the majority of people who have signed up under the context of wanting your Black Friday deals do want it, except life just gets in the way. And so I do believe you are doing them a favor by putting more of your offers and your Black Friday deals in front of them. So we would do 6 a.m. on the Monday, we did 9 a.m., we did 12 p.m., we did 6 p.m., 9 p.m., 11 p.m., and then 11:30 p.m. All varying bits of content, or emails, I should say. So as you can start to see, there's a lot of copywriting done here. In the actual writing the emails, which I, with the help of Christine, I did with them, which was really cool. And that worked insanely well. Like the day yesterday, I think everyone averaged just a bit over 7 or 8K, which, as I mentioned earlier, last year was quite strange because that Monday was our biggest day, whereas the Friday just gone, the Black Friday, was actually our biggest day this year. So that's fantastic. And in terms of ads, so as I mentioned earlier, the list building activity was wildly profitable for all of our clients before even starting. The Black Friday was really quite substantially, the emails were responsible for a huge chunk of all of that revenue, of which we're still attributing a lot of it at the moment. The ads that we ran were as follows. So those of you who run your own ads, or you have an internal media buyer, or you have an agency, feel free to share this with them. But we had quite a substantial budget on just retargeting campaigns. So we retarget our clients, just about every single retargeting audience, or custom audience as it's called, on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And so we were targeting people who've been to the website the past year. We were targeting people who've engaged with the Facebook and Instagram page for the past year. That's the longest time you can retarget for. We uploaded as much customer data, email lists, purchased everything, and we dumped it all into one ad set. Very simple, very, very simple. And we just took some of our best performing creators for the year, which were a combination of videos and images, slapped a Black Friday sale across it. We didn't want to go too deep into it because we know that these creators performed, and it is just getting in front of people who've already had an impression with the brand, and ran those, and that was wildly profitable. That's where the vast majority of sales actually came from. The cost per purchase running that particular retargeting campaign to those audiences with that creative, on average, the return on ad spend, at least in the Facebook Ads Manager, was, on average above 15. And some days, we only spent like $300 to $400. The frequency was huge. The frequency was above 12 to 15. So everyone who was in that audience was seeing the ad 12 to 15 times a day. It really is about slamming people, if I'm going to be completely honest. But I do believe you're doing them a favor if they have, an interest in the brand. And that worked really, really well. So that was the retargeting campaign. What I found really interesting this year, which we didn't really see last year, in terms of advertising, the paid ads on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, is we just left our current campaigns running. So that all of the campaigns that we'd run, bar the list building campaign that was switched off for obvious reasons, but the campaigns that we'd been running in terms of top of funnel and retargeting, or bottom of funnel, we just run those two for the best part of, let's just say, 3 to 6 months. We left those on, and those were still driving a great amount of sales. So we just had the one retargeting campaign hit, which had all of the Black Friday branded creative and the retargeting audiences, obviously. And then we left our top of funnel campaign and our original retargeting campaign there as well. All of it was wildly profitable, which is really cool. So it tells me that the website was picking up a lot of the slack and really pulling its weight. So we obviously on the website had the header or the band at the top, which was saying Black Friday sale until the 28th or 11:59 p.m. 28th at this time that ends. So that was doing a lot of the heavy lifting as well. So I would imagine that when people are coming from top of funnel and there's no branding around Black Friday, but then they hit the website and it's like, oh shit, there's a sale. I think that general urgency and perhaps even scarcity of missing out on that sale is the reason that those original campaigns that didn't have that Black Friday branding actually worked. So that was really, really cool. That was quite surprising. That didn't happen last year. So I think maybe just the fact that we put a little bit more emphasis into the website, the design subtly, not that we do website design, but just general consulting around what it should look like in order to drive more sales and conversion rate optimization, all that stuff really pulled through. So that was fantastic. And yeah, at the moment we have just the one client who's going to continue running the Black Friday because it's still profitable. Why would you turn it off? Even though it's branded that it ends on the 28th at 11:59 all over the creative, I think we'll probably scrape a substantial amount of sales through. I know some brands like to extend it. Generally speaking, I'm not a huge fan of that. Because like they'll literally throw out emails and say sale extended for the next week or something like that. Basically, we're just going to leave it running, the ads that is. We're not going to push any more emails, but we're going to leave the ads running, the retargeting ads that is, until they're not profitable for 2 days straight is basically the metric, the measurement that we're putting on it. So that's just with one client, and everyone else has is quite happy with it. And sales have started to die off just this morning. So we're probably going to make a call on the Thursday tomorrow as to whether we turn them off or do something else with them. Not totally sure. And then the recovery phase, which is something that we're formulating this morning. The recovery phase is essentially going to be leaving the original ads running. So obviously the top of funnel and retargeting. As I mentioned, we'll leave the Black Friday retargeting campaigns running as long as they're profitable for, unless they're not profitable for 2 days. That's going to be the turnoff. And then the intention is to either do one of two things. If the original campaigns are still profitable and they're doing as well as they have been, pretty well all year, which is awesome, then we'll just let them do their thing. And then we'll have a discussion with the clients as to whether they want to run Christmas or Boxing Day sales or anything like that, which most of them probably will. Those sale promotion periods won't be as big of a discount. Thinking long term, you want to groom your customers into expecting when they can get the biggest deal of the year as opposed to giving them the same discount every year, because then you're grooming them to expect a discount of the same, let's say, discount at any time of the year. That's never good for business, and it loses its novelty really quick. So that was cool. We had one client that we did Black Friday for last year, which we actually helped them launch. It was the first time they went live, and they did just shy of 20K last year, and they will do well in excess of 40K this year, which is fantastic. More than that, probably close to 50K, not including the profits they made through the list building campaign. So that was fantastic. Very, very happy with that. Wildly successful Black Friday this year, which I'm really happy to help our clients line their pockets, give them some more options, and stress less, of course, and obviously look into new product lines. So that's fantastic. But I hope that's been super helpful. Obviously, if you have any questions or if you want to have a chat with me about working with myself and the team with not just your Black Friday campaigns, but obviously your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok ads. TikTok's fantastic at the moment. It's without, kind of blabbering on too much about it, the cost to show the ads is like half the cost of Facebook, sometimes 3 to 4 times cheaper, which is just wild. You know, we haven't seen this for a very long time, which is very exciting. And I do feel like we're still quite early to the platform in terms of the advertising, at least here in Australia and New Zealand, that is, definitely. So anyway, I'm going to wrap that up and finish my coffee. Do you all like my cup? This is one of my things I thought I was going to bring it in and sell lots of. It actually says rough morning. I know it's backwards, but anyway, who knows? Questions below if you have any. Otherwise, reach out, book a chat with me if you want to talk about us running your ads. Otherwise, have a good day. Talk soon.